Thanks to the support as a channel member, Firesoul. I just want a little bit of recognition, really, that despite having absolutely no financial backing all year, yeah, there is no way to sugarcoat that. No financial backing all year. We're actually in with a chance of promotion here. Hello and welcome to part 50 of Holiday Home. I'm Kevin. Coming up on today's episode, we are hopefully going to secure, I mean, we can't actually secure promotion today, but we can take a big leap towards it with a couple of good results, starting against Valencia B, who are one of the teams chasing us, and we also play Yeclano. Since you were last with me, we have won almost every game, just dropping points against Mallorca, but otherwise looking very, very good. And the league table is looking even better. We're 5 points clear, 9 games to go. We just need to keep winning. We've also had a little bit of an injury crisis, which is still kind of we're at the tail end of. Thomas Pease, we know, got injured. We've got a lot of players who are kind of recovering from injury, but we are just about back to full strength. So we've got Rodrigo in goal for the Valencia game. Back four of Zafra, Galdino, Ivan and Busquets. Alex Boxall and Koulibaly in midfield. Why are they always the wrong way around? Wrong way around again. Rabiot on the left, Rosa in the middle, Sandoval on the right, Gorka, Pascal up front. It's our strongest team. Let's just hope it's strong enough to become the B-bashers once again and deal with Valencia. Team submitted. Come on, boys and girls. The financial situation is such a sensational mess. We can't even offer new contracts to players. We got as far as offering one to Ivan Mutt and one to Galdino. And then we got to the third player down the list, which was Zafra, and couldn't offer him more than £250 a week because we were already so far over budget. We must get promoted. If we don't get promoted, we're losing almost the entire squad and we'll have less money to play with next year. I actually think if we don't go up this year, we're never going up. That's it. That's it. I said at the start of the season, if we don't get promoted, we might call the series. I actually think we might, because I don't see how, if we don't go up this year, we're ever going to go up. It's going to be troublesome. And the fact that we're already losing is also pretty troublesome. So fingers crossed. Let's stop crossing your fingers. Start winning football matches. It's Valencia on the attack, and they're one of our local rivals as well, remember, and we've just given away a penalty. That is horrible. Every time I come back and show you lot a match, we lose it. Back in the days when I didn't stream the in-betweeny bits, people would always think that was a little bit weird, like I was reloading in between, because it's obviously impossible to reload whilst recording a video. What it actually is, of course, is that I show you the biggest, most important matches. So by their definition, the matches against the bigger teams were more likely to lose because they're better teams. But it doesn't make it any more fun knowing that we've just had a lovely hour or so on stream, which you can go and watch the video on lollujo 2. Came out this morning. We've had a lovely time just kind of cruising along, winning all the matches, not a care in the world. Everything's coming up, Kev. Injury crisis, schminjury schmrisis. We'll win anyway. We come back for a YouTube video. Bang, 2-0 down inside 20 minutes. How do you like them apples? No, I don't like these apples at all. They are very tart. I would like lovely, delicious, sweet apples, please. Not these. These are basically cooking apples, and you're expecting me to eat them raw, and I don't appreciate it. Zafra plays it in. I don't even know where it was aiming. It wasn't a cross, because it kind of went along the ground. And, yeah, that's not been the best first half hour we've ever had, has it? We're going to demand more. We are still 2 points clear at the top of the league as things stand, but we've got to stop losing the big games, because quite apart from anything else, if we get into this habit of losing the big games, which we are very much in, if we don't quite have the legs to make it over the finish line in first place and we do drop down into the playoffs, every other team in the playoffs has beaten us recently. So we've got absolutely no chance of getting through the playoffs because we keep losing to those teams. Oh, my word. Right, Zafra on the left-hand side. I think we go 2 up top in a moment. Zafra does really well, though. Plays it into Rosa. If he can square it, he can't. That was... well. I mean, we needed a little bit of help from somewhere. We'll take that. It's an own goal. It's gone down as Zafra does really well. Rosa was about to get substituted for not getting the ball across. And then Rabiot, I think, was also aiming at Gorka, and it takes a weird deflection. I don't even know if you could call it a deflection. It was just a very weird own goal. Gorka's now picked up an injury, so Ivan Luis is going to come on for him. So my dreams of playing two up top are over. Sandoval has come over to the left to a firing across from the left-hand side. Koulibaly to Busquets. Somebody just shoot. Probably not you, though. And it remains 2-1. If we can find an equaliser from somewhere, that'll do. Bearing in mind how this match started, we will certainly take a draw at this point. We're going more attacking. We are still on the attack. It's now Busquets with the throw, finds Rosa, and Rosa back to Busquets, and now Koulibaly plays it back into Rosa. Rosa bursts into the area, hits the frame of the goal. He just needed a little bit of luck with the ball coming back off the goal there. If it had fallen into the path of a home player, we'd have been laughing. Unfortunately, it didn't, so I'm not laughing. We're bringing on Ivan Mutt. Ivan Mutt, the difference maker. He's scored a couple of goals recently. We've offered him a new contract. He's actually not rubbish anymore. It's taken him a long time to get there. Ivan Mutt is no longer rubbish, so he is coming on to play on this left-hand side ahead of Martinez Perez. To be fair, Martinez Perez is one of the ones recovering from an injury, so he's not quite fit to play anyway. But I'd argue Ivan Mutt might even be ahead of him in the pecking order anyway. And Ivan Luis with the cross from Sandoval. Put your flag down. Oh... He's so far offside. I'm tempted to sack him. That's ridiculous. How's a grown man that offside? Sandoval's now tired, so we're going to bring Fred Stiebling on over there. And we're also going to take off Rosa and bring on Martinez Perez, and we are going to go two up top now for the final 10 minutes. Hopefully it's not too late. Get these two throwing themselves forward and hope that there's a goal in it somewhere. Remember, Ivan Luis and Fred Stiebling on occasions have looked like a wonderful partnership. Unfortunately, those occasions were a couple of years ago now, and Fred Stiebling's development has kind of stalled this season, and he just hasn't really looked the part whenever we've used him. He plays up front alongside Luis for 10 minutes, and we don't even get a highlight. So that's a defeat. Gorka's now out for a week, so he's going to miss the next match, which is against Yaclano, and that now becomes must win. 8 games to go, 2 points clear at the top of the league. We must win the next match. Right, as I said, must win game. So it's Rodrigo in goal, a back four of Zafra, Joffrey, Ivan, and Juanetha. Alex Boxall and Rabiot in midfield, who, worryingly, they both have the... Actually, he relishes big matches. I thought they both had the don't like big matches thing. Yeah, it's Alex Boxall doesn't like big matches. That's not ideal. So Boxall and Rabiot in midfield. Ivan Mutt on the left, who's going to play as an inverted winger. Rosa, and then Sandoval with Ivan Luis up front. Ivan Mutt now starting football matches because he's that good. He's the difference maker. I think... He's in my best 11 in my head now this season. I think he is a starter. So he's, he's still not scoring many goals, but he looks like a threat when he comes on, which we don't always get from Martinez Perez, who, as much as he had high potential when he came in, he's been here a long time. And I think his time might be coming to an end, Martinez Perez. Obviously, Rabiot is still going to be sticking around. Martinez Perez is one of those where he might have dropped below Ivan Mutt in the pecking order. One too many injuries, and Ivan looking decent when he comes in for him. Zafra's gone round his man here and now plays it back to Joffrey. Joffrey to Ivan. Have I ever had a centre-back partnership in a save that's been together for this long? Certainly at this low level. Those two have been together for years. And now Ivan Mutt on the left hits the cross first time to Ivan Luis. Ivan Luis is now 1 goal away from becoming Holme's all-time record goal scorer, breaking the record set by Ignacio Pearce earlier this season. Rabiot broke Facal's all-time appearance record. We are breaking all the records this season. It's lovely to see. And that was a good cross and a good header. And that's what I mean about Ivan Mutt. He is finally starting to come good. Bearing in mind this is on his weak foot as well. That's beautiful work from him. 1-0 inside the first 80 seconds, which is just as well because Cordoba also took an early lead. So just very briefly, for a moment there, they were actually above us. So we must win today. We already said it was a must-win game. Now we genuinely must win the must-win game just to keep them off our backs. I don't think we have to play them again this season, but they've already beaten us plenty. And I know we have got Barcelona B on the last day of the season, which I keep looking at and then making terrified noises. And that's probably going to be the next episode. Assuming this season goes down to the wire one way or the other, I imagine we're going to be playing Barcelona B in the next episode. Alex Boxall then on the right-hand side turns, plays it back to Clanetha, who is clattered. That's a penalty. We scored a minute into the half. We now should be scoring again a minute before half-time. Who's that taking it? It's Rosa taking the penalty, and he scores just all black. It was actually not a bad penalty, but the goalkeeper went the right way and very nearly kept it out. But that's a 10th goal of the season for Rosa, who celebrates with a chicken dance. So let's all join him. Everybody do the chicken dance, because we're 2-0 up, and fingers crossed. How many times have I crossed my fingers today? But fingers crossed, we are cruising towards the second tier, which we must reach this year, or it is going to be financial ruin. I don't even know if there's enough money at that level to avoid financial ruin, even if we get there. But yeah, 2-0 then. Let's make a couple of substitutions. So Sandoval is going to come off for Martinez Perez. We'll swap those two over and just have them both playing as wingers on their natural side. Planeta is going to come off for Zander, who is just back from a loan, and he can come in and play at right back. And Dan Grocott is going to come on to play in midfield for us. 2-0 up. I kind of want to offer some praise, but I feel like 2-0 isn't enough to offer praise, and especially with Yaclano having this free kick, which luckily straight at the wall. If we could get this properly clear, which we do now through Ivan Mutt and now Rosa, and he's looking up for options ahead of him. If he looks towards the left-hand side, there are options presenting themselves. He's been absolutely scythed down there, and that is a red card. Yaclano now down to 10 men, and fingers crossed that's job done for today. Cordoba still only 1-0 up in their game. We could do with whoever it is they're playing, grabbing an equaliser there, but at least we're doing our bit. We're going to bring on Hurtado, and we're also going to bring on Gorka for the last 10 minutes as well, just to offer a different kind of centre forward for these last couple of minutes. And yeah, it's Espanyol B, who are not, I mean, as I say, not terrible. They're down in 11th. We could have done with them grabbing an equaliser, but as it is, at least we got straight back to winning ways, maintain the 2-point lead at the top of the league. We don't play Cordoba again, but we do have a difficult looking run in. So I imagine, unless something odd happens now, the next episode is going to be the final couple of games of the season where, fingers crossed, we can get over our big game curse and find a way to secure automatic promotion. If you've enjoyed that, please make sure you leave a nice big thumbs up on there for me. Subscribe to the channel for daily Football Manager videos, and thank you very much for watching.